Ain't no lie, I'm aiming for the greatest. Niggas always told me I would make it. Man, come on, she love me on the phrase.
YouTube, this is gonna be a little two-part series, man. This is gonna be a video from Trap Lore Clips. I think Trap Lore Ross's second channel. Yeah, sure. The murder Lil Pop. So last video, if y'all watched it, definitely tune in. Link in the description. Basically, it was the whole starting of the Dirk case and how he got arrested by the marshals and the evidence that's released to the public so far. But now this is a like a little mini documentary of the actual murder itself. So let's tune in. Trap Lore Ross. Let's get into it, man. The day dissing stopped. Lil Pad's chilling murder. I think it's pronounced Pat. Yeah, it's Pat. It's Pat.
After the death of King Von, Quando Rondo and his entourage seemed marked for death. Amid rumors of $1 million bounty on his head, he would need to move safe. But even before the feud with King Von, Lil Durk, and his
$1 million to take someone's life, chat. $1 million to take someone's life. Is it worth it? I don't think so. In GTA, I don't think it's worth it. I do not, bro. I do not. No amount of money, even if it was $1 billion, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I know. Oh, he's lying. Nope. I'm not doing it.
OTF collective, Quando Rondo had other people that would have wanted to see him dead too. A longtime member of Savannah, Georgia's Rolling 60s Crips, with local set Only the Mob having deep ties to the streets and years of history catching serious charges, there was numerous groups and gangs from his native city that might have had it out for him. One such example was the crew known as SAK, or the Section 8 Kids, who was still hating on Quando Rondo and his crew. Only the Mob, OTM, sometime referred to as JOG or Jump Out Gang or 1027, Quando's crew were an enormous target for numerous people. And just like Lil Durk from Chicago, Quando Rondo's ops from Savannah would use music as an attempt to get back at them. For example, in April 2022, S8K Gutter drops the song Drill Time, along with a music video that started out with him crossing out 1027 and Jump Out Gang tags on a wall. And he would rap F1027 in this song. So at this point, Quando and his team have the most dangerous gang in Chicago trying to kill him, as well as numerous ops in his own native city of Savannah also looking to take his life. But Quando didn't seem bothered. After the release of Lil Tim and his new mixtape Still Taking Risks, it appeared that Quando and Tim had no fear about being outside or speaking their minds. In April, Quando Rondo would be broadcasting his daily activities, sliding openly through the streets of Savannah, accompanied by his mother and $50,000 in cash. He would be mobbing with his local friends like Phoenix and Big Tim, seemingly with an army of people watching his back throughout the area.
Yeah, ride around thugging with Mon Dukes today. 50 on me! Hey, young boy, I'm about to go in the store, be on the lookout. Alright. Okay, Trey. Going on. Riding around Mon Dukes thugging today. Why? Mon Dukes, I got my little all around and shit. Hey, Phoenix, watch my car, cuz. Yeah, I'll watch it. What's mobbing, love, bro? What's going on?
I did,
Boy, you messed my auntie number up yesterday too, now. She hit for my birthday, she played 25 tickets. That really supposed to be 150, right? Yeah, you messed my auntie number.
Missed his birthday.
Yeah, this big Lil Tim. Facts.
In this live, Quando is behaving like he truly runs the city, even proceeding to smoke a cigarette on live inside of the convenience store. At one point, Quando actually starts winning at a game, even calling up Lil Tim in the store, saying that he's up big money.
Call Lil Tim. I need some. Call Lil Tim. Call Lil Tim, big play. Big play. Call Lil Tim. Call Lil Tim, we up.
Oh, he's
Call
bragging.
Lil Tim.
He's bragging about it.
Woo!
He's bragging about it.
Right day. Call Lil Tim. Why you ain't calling him yet? No, you not.
He's kind of tripping.
Yeah. I'm in that hitting, baby. Check me out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big play, what it's doing? What I hit for? Man, 30,000. Speaking it to existence. Okay.
What is this dude talking about right now, bro?
Lil Tim. Lil Tim.
Well, that's the first time
Lil Tim.
I see you.
Stop playing now. Stop playing now. I don't play no games. Get that ready, Nanny. Get that ready. Come on now. Joanna. I ain't been in here 5 minutes and I done hit that. Juana.
Hold on, so they gonna give you this in cash?
Watch out, don't touch nothing. You touch something, you gonna pay for it.
Ain't no pressure on no money.
But you still owe me goddamn.
I'm gonna scan this, man.
How you gonna scan it? Do something to it. Alright. How much that is?
$330.
What the?
See, you hit my birthday for $330.
It's interesting because you can actually really see the close friendship that Quando and Tim had in these little moments. On May the 11th, 2022, Lil Tim does an interview with Fuchsia's TV where he spoke on the Von situation. He didn't go too in detail about the events of that night, but he did boldly claim that he did what any good friend would want them to do.
No matter where you at, like, they would have wanted their partner to be there for them.
So while Quando and Tim were out here living life and speaking openly about their thoughts on this situation, behind the scenes, Quando's ops from different cities were making connections and plotting against him and his people. In May, S8K members seen on Instagram Live with O-Block members who were friends with King Von. It seemed like Lil Durk was still on the hunt and looking for ways to potentially get his revenge on Quando or Lil Tim for the death of King Von. And Durk wasn't even keeping this a secret. On June the 3rd, 2022, Lil Durk says that he's still trying to nail him, i.e. kill Quando, on the track Keep Dissing 2 with Boston Richie. Durk would go on to liken himself to King Von, rapping, "Bro got bodies, he's a demon child, I'm brothers to a devil." After the Slide for Von trend had become so popular, it seemed to be common knowledge that Lil Durk and the people around him were openly trying to have
that was a global meme, like Slide for Von. People were just saying that to say that. You know, it was just like people are like joking about people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a problem, bro.
Rondo killed. But despite their earlier sentiments, Quando and Tim weren't all about the negativity. In August 2022, in an effort to give back to his community, Lil Tim did a book bag drive in a Savannah church. Unfortunately, despite making small positive steps, the negativity of gang life in Savannah would prevail. A few days before a scheduled trip to Los Angeles, one of Quando's close friends, Fendi, is killed in a shooting on West 38th Street. After cops responded to reports of shots fired around 3 a.m. on the 800 block of West 38th Street, they would find 22-year-old Fendi, real name Phoenix Odom, dead at the scene.
Right now, a man dead and police are scrambling to figure out who killed him. Here's a look at the crime scene on the west side of Savannah, where you can see investigators gathering evidence for hours overnight. Now, that shooting happened early this morning on West 38th and Bullock Streets. As soon as we learn more about what led to that shooting, we will bring it to you.
Unsurprisingly, Quando's enemies would mock the death of his close friend, but despite the tragedy that took place in Savannah, Quando and his team would press on with their trip to Los Angeles, where initially they'd seemingly be having a good time, as Quando and Lil Pab would post clips to social media showing them in the back of a car, popping a bottle and enjoying the good life. However, unfortunately, it was here in Los Angeles when tragedy would strike again. On August the 19th, 2022, just before 5:30 p.m, while sitting in their SUV, Quando Rondo and Lil Pab would be the targets of an assassination attempt, as 3 masked gunmen would approach Quando Rondo's car whilst parked at a gas station right near popular LA tourist destination, the Beverly Center, where these shooters would open fire. The police chief would later describe the shooters as having gotten out of a white car in dark clothing, shooting, and fleeing immediately after the shooting in what seemed to be a professional hit job.
They gassed up their vehicle, and as they were getting into their vehicle, a white car approached from the alley. 3 men got out of that car. They were in all dark clothing. They approached, fired numerous shots, and then left in that white car going eastbound in the alley north of Beverly. It does appear that we don't see any kind of argument or anything go on beforehand, so clearly these men came here with a mission in mind.
KCAL News would give viewers a good look at the alley where the shots were fired from. And Fox 11 News Los Angeles would break down the entire series of events.
I mean, we don't know how much evidence. We don't know how much evidence they have realistically, but bro, by what we see right now and what's to the public is not looking good for any of these people.
The shooting took place at the gas station, which was followed by an attempt to flee by Quando's entourage, where they drove a short distance before pulling over to seek medical attention for Lil Pab, who was hit in the shooting.
Once that SUV is hit by the gunfire, they take off, they hit the gas, and they drive a few blocks away into West Hollywood. They wind up stopping over at Santa Monica and San Vicente, right in the very heart of West Hollywood. You know, over there by the sheriff's station, also by the West Hollywood Park. They pull over there because the wounds to the man who was hit inside the Escalade too severe. He's bleeding. They pull over. 911 is called. Paramedics rush in. They take the injured man who's hit by gunfire to the ER. He does not make it, does not survive.
This essentially created 2 separate crime scenes, the scene of the shooting and the scene of where Quando's car stopped, with a KTLA-5 helicopter putting surveillance on both of these scenes soon after the incident. According to KCAL, when Kwando's car stopped, a pedestrian flagged down a sheriff deputy who began to help Kwando and a wounded Lil Pab in a dramatic scene that was captured on camera by bystanders.
And that's where sheriff deputies were then flagged down by a pedestrian during rush hour on a Friday, right around 5:30. They found the victim with a gunshot wound and inside of a black Cadillac Escalade. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital. That is where we are told he died. His identity currently being withheld until family is notified.
Kwando Rondo would be filmed by passers-by, breaking down at the scene and screaming in disbelief as his wounded friend Lil Pab is pulled from the car and given CPR. With this heartbreaking scene quickly going viral and being broadcast on most major news outlets.
Somebody got shot, bro.
I'm pressed.
I get it. Can I get some space, please? Hold on.
He just said I'm pressed. And he's just recording someone getting shot. You're so spineless and disgusting, bro. That shit just got me tight as hell. I'm pressed. You're such a loser, bro. I don't even know when to put down the camera when someone just got shot. I mean, Grant, I'm not even gonna get too much deeper. Y'all get the point, though. Y'all get the point. Like,
I'm gonna help you out. What was it? I don't know. Look, hey, where was it at? I know, Baker. I know. Where was it at?
Unfortunately, Lil Pab would pass away in hospital as a result of his injuries.
Damn,
leaving
bro.
Kwando
That's
Rondo
actually so sad, bro. Seeing someone like that, family member, friend, you know, someone that you actually have a true connection and bond with, just you feel me? Like, just in front of you like that, that's sad, bro. That's sad, bro.
Devastated, not just at the scene, but with later social media posts memorializing his close friend and cousin. Lil Pab was one of Kwando's right-hand men, someone who had been there for him during his come-up and stayed by his side when the whole industry turned against him. Pab had now lost his life, highly likely as a direct result of the $1 million bounty placed on Kwando's head following the killing of King Von. Ironically, with Pablo's death coming just a week before he was set to face trial for his 2019 RICO charges. But instead of Pab facing justice, Los Angeles police would now be looking to catch whoever did this brazen and professional murder. This was a brazen and professional hit, with the shooters clearly not caring about the fact that this took place in broad daylight in a busy tourist district. In fact, this scenario was eerily similar to the murder of FBG Duck by members of King Von's gang, O-Block. After all, both of these shootings would seemingly take place right in front of popular tourist destinations. In this situation, Los Angeles' Beverly Center.
To give you an idea, the shots rang out there and right across the street, the Beverly Center. Imagine that, 5:30 in the afternoon. Incredibly, no one else hit by the gunfire.
However, in the aftermath of the incident, there would be a lot of conflicting narratives regarding who was responsible. Members of the LA-based gang, the Hoover Criminals, would be quick to celebrate Kwando's misfortune, no doubt a result of the feud between Kwando and the Hoovers many years before. Interestingly, after the incident, posts would circulate with captions saying, "Not Dirk's work," which, if you ask me, is a little bit suspicious. After all, Kwando had been warned by the Hoovers when he went to LA in 2019, and since he's a member of Savannah's Rollin' 60 Crips, and that the Hoover Criminals are local enemies of Los Angeles' Rollin' 60s Crips, the Hoovers clearly had a grudge against Kwando since he had been seen making a disrespectful hand sign towards the Hoovers a few years ago. But that was years ago, and at this point Kwando's beef with the Hoovers seemed much more about social media, unlike his beef with the Chicago rappers, which had already claimed the life of King Von. And despite these early reports that the Hoovers were responsible for the shooting, it would actually be friends and associates of King Von who were quick to celebrate the most hard following the killing of Lil Pab. Friends of Von would post pictures of him on IG following the shooting, with some going as far as to say, "Ain't no time frame on that get back," even posting pictures of Kwando saying it should have been him. King Von and Lil Durk's DJ Bands would mock Kwando Rondo, taking to Instagram saying that he was signing artists to Belt to Ass Records.
Belt to Ass Records, you know what I'm saying? We signed, man. Anybody can get signed, man. That's all you gotta do is play crazy out here. You get your ass signed, man.
O-Block member and friend of King Von, D Bands, would later be on live in O-Block along with other gang members claiming to be smoking Lil Pab.
Tell her who we smoking. We smoking what dude name? Lil Pab at the people.
Meanwhile, other OTF affiliates would mock Kwando Rondo and tell fans to guess who they're smoking.
seeing me be like, no!
That actually sounded like it too. That's the crazy part.
They killing me. Look at their nose. They killing me. Y'all killing me with these nose, man. No.
Swiping, no swiping.
Guess when we rolling up this morning.
Even OTF affiliate Lil Vani, who had actually gone back and forth on Clubhouse with both Quando and Pab himself, would take to social media to mock Quando for losing 2 friends, saying that when it rains it pours, and that Quando should keep his chin up. Despite the disrespect coming from the people who wanted Quando and his friends dead, Quando's team would not be discouraged. Lil Tim would post tributes to Pab on his Instagram and his Twitter with a flurry of posts honouring his fallen friend. In one tweet, Tim tells Pablo to say what's up to Sosa and Stucky in heaven, and expressing disbelief about this sudden loss. Lil Pab's brother would also post from his account, saying that he was a real one who stood on business, and saying that he's got Quando's back forever. Even NBA Youngboy would post twice, seemingly indicating that Get Back was on the way, and saying that he truly wants what's coming to him, but it might take some time, even describing the situation as sad and wicked. Youngboy's ominous but tasteful statement would be in stark contrast to the other side. After many of Von's friends had posted disrespectful things on social media towards Quando, one person would stand out from them all, taking the disrespect to a whole new level. A few days after the shooting, a Chicago black disciple named Famous Richard makes a skit and music video mocking Quando's reaction to the Lil Pab shooting.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The song was literally called
That is
No.
insane! Nah, y'all really have no remorse at all.
And the hook was Famous Richard just screaming no like Quando did when he saw Lil Pab die. This song was even promoted, encouraging other people to do the impression of Quando shouting no, calling it the Quando Rondo Challenge. In response to this,
why do I not remember this, bro? I don't remember. This was 2 years ago, like almost exactly 2 years ago. I have no recollection of this at all. The Quando Rondo Challenge. I mean, I was in a different era in life. I wasn't, you feel me? I was doing my other thing, you know what I'm saying?
Quando Rondo's friend Jump Out Gang Black, the person who made the song King Tim Story, would clap back with an IG story, saying that things are much deeper than they seem and that people are false claiming this incident, even adding that he is planning to make somebody pay. Meanwhile, a few days after the incident, amid the disrespect coming from King Von's friends and affiliated black disciples in Chicago, Lil Tim takes to Twitter to diss Slutty, tweeting "the Slutty way," a reference to King Von's friend Slutty, who had tried and failed to execute Tim the night Von died, ultimately end up being killed by the police. But
that is a terrible nickname, by the way, too.
Once the dust settled on this incident, those involved would need to hop off the internet and begin to deal with the real-life consequences of the situation. In September, Lil Tim would be seen at Lil Pab's funeral, and while rumours had circulated that Quando wouldn't be attending the funeral, he'd later be seen carrying the casket along with Lil Tim and others. After the ceremony, Lil Tim would be popping champagne at Lil Pab's wake. And considering just how much of Quando's great artistry has come from him channeling his pain into great songs, it's no surprise that it didn't take him long to open up about the death of his right-hand man Pab in Pain songs. On August the 30th, 2022, Quando Rondo opens up about the situation on the song Give Me a Sign with NBA Youngboy, rapping that people were testing him and now a rapper got killed, as well as saying it broke his heart to see Lil Tim get shot and then charged with murder just for protecting him. Elsewhere on the song, NBA Youngboy raps about King Von sleeping with his ex, saying that he couldn't cope with it, and saying that him and Quando have been blackballed in the music industry for what Lil Tim did to King Von. This would give fans an insight into the pain that Quando and Youngboy had been going through, living with the
I'm stupid and I'm slow. Why is Quando and NBA Youngboy affiliates? Like, what makes them affiliated together, chat? I actually don't know.
Of King Von's death as a result of their rap beef. But what was still a mystery was who exactly was responsible for this most recent murder of Lil Pab. Soon, the internet would begin piecing together the clues, with a suspicious eye being cast towards the LA branch of the Rolling 60s Crips. Now initially, Quando seemed to have a connection with the LA wing of the same gang he represented in Savannah. He had been seen with Rolling 60s members in LA on his previous trip when he was pressured by the Hoovers, and it seemed that Quando was familiar with that age-old process where the world of rappers and gangsters collide, known as checking in. This is the idea that rappers have to contact the local gang and negotiate protection whilst visiting a new city. This checking in process may or may not involve a payment, or it might simply operate on a mutual respect being shown. Many rappers like Lil Baby have seen showing love to LA's Rolling 60s as part of an apparent checking in process. Here's Lil Baby in Rolling 60s territory with legendary Rolling 60s Crip rapper Nipsey Hussle. A former Crip leader by the name of Big U actually broke down the process of checking in to Charlemagne in an interview on The Breakfast Club.
Explain extortion to us. Would the rappers really be getting extorted by the gang members? Because if you coming out here and you eating, and you in the club, and nobody know you, and you bringing your crew, then what happened?
You fool.
You fool.
Interestingly, Quando had actually had numerous interactions with legendary LA Crip Big U in the lead up to this tragic incident. Big U had claimed on The Breakfast Club that Quando had reached out to him for protection and suggested that despite claiming Rollin' 60s, Quando had never showed
for
him
protection.
love
Okay, Big
he
U.
begun having
What you got going on, Unc? You better got some crazy. You know,
you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, they claim my neighborhood that's in this music, but they don't really us until it's a problem. Then they call him. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number, you could have called me, you could have did all that.
This comment elicited a response from Quando, who denied ever calling Big U for protection, instead saying that he was asking how he could give back to the Rollin' 60s in LA.
It's time for me to start straightening my face, politics-wise. You feel me? It's time for me to leave this street in the streets and just play my role with this internet. I never once called nobody, no on planet Earth for no protection. Because I don't fear no man. Why would I wait to get in some Anybody that I ever called, I call on some like, how can I help? How can I do this? How can I do that? I never called no person on planet Earth for protection.
Big U would reply to this, claiming to have love for Quando, but also suggesting that he was planning to pull up on him and that he was in his town.
First of all, I never talked to Quando. You know, it ain't nothing but love with Quando. And I was only addressing something that Shadow Man had said to me. And the nephew reaching out to do something for the kids, definitely do that. Because I never talked to him. He just asked me if somebody reached out. I just feel like I know Cuz and I've been knowing him. And I never heard from him after we had a conversation maybe a year and a half ago. No, maybe 2 years ago. And then, so when he called me, I'm only on positive vibes. So I'm gonna pull up on Cuz, or he can pull up on me. I'm in his town right now, so. But I ain't got nothing but love for nephew. And he talked to my son them a week ago about whatever they was talking about. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Big U would claim to not be doing anything with Quando if it's about anything negative.
Quando want to do something for the kids, for the family. I'm definitely with him on that. You know, definitely support him. But nah, if it ain't positive, man, I'm not rocking with it. I'm just not rocking with nothing unless it's positive. 100. Period. So I'm not even taking negative calls, man. I'm not looking for no negative calls. I'm not taking negative calls. If I think it's gonna be negative, I'm not taking it. If it ain't positive, if it ain't about doing something constructive, helping these kids, I'm out of it. But no, I never talked to nephew. You know what I mean? I never talked to him as he called me, because I'm on all positive vibes. But I will talk to Quando.
And months later, Big U would appear on No Jumper in an interview where he seemingly apologized to Quando and indicated that there had been a miscommunication.
Somebody got to be a man at some point and say they was wrong. Like as far as Quando Rondo, I was wrong for saying it, but he was wrong for not reaching to his homeboy. And then on the same line that I reached out to you, you reached back out to me on it. You know what I'm saying? But I apologize to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it starts and stops. Somebody got to apologize. They was wrong. I was wrong.
And then, a couple of months later, in August 2021, Quando is in Los Angeles on a trip the year before the death of Lil Pap. And on this trip, he would appear in a sit-down interview with Big U himself, the ridiculously titled Checking In podcast on World Star Hip Hop, with Big U starting off the podcast welcoming Quando to LA.
Checking in with my young fella, Quando. Yeah, man. What's up, young fella?
Good, man.
Is you in California, huh?
You dig.
You see? You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm glad to have you, man.
These two would seemingly patch over their past feud and exchange mutual apologies, with Big U elaborating, saying that his nephew said that he did Quando wrong and vouched for him.
As a man, my little homie called me, and he told me, Unc, you was wrong. But I'ma say I was wrong too, because you said I was wrong.
This was an interesting interview where Quando would open up about a lot of things he was going through during this time. Quando feels that every song he puts out, people assume he's dissing certain people, but he says he has so many beefs going on that people actually get it wrong.
I be saying like a lot of stuff I say like in songs and stuff like, this ain't the only person I have a problem with. Like, I ain't talking to this person. Anything say, they gonna put it that way.
Quando would also explain that his enemies are actively trying to stop his money by making shows so dangerous that venues keep on cancelling.
They trying to stop my money. You feel me? Fans thinking I'm high, and when they don't know, like, I'm dying to do shows and stuff.
Big U would also explain the process of checking in with Quando, saying exactly what a rapper should expect if they check in with the Rolling 60s in LA.
You might check in with me. I'm gonna tell you what clubs to go to and what clubs not to go to. They ain't dealing with the right people. If I go to Chicago, if any of my artists is going different places, I tell them call this dude. Because he treated me right, he gonna treat y'all right.
Quando would also claim that he could never stop being a Crip.
I'm real heavy, like, on cripping, period. I'm gonna do that till the day I die. Sometimes I ask the Lord, when I be asking the Lord for forgiveness, first thing pop up in my head is, boy, I can't stop being no Crip, though. You feel me?
Quando would explain that you don't have to be a killer to be a Crip, and that anyone can identify as a Crip.
I always tell them, like, cuz, you don't have to be a killer to be a Crip. You don't have to be no shooter to be no Crip. You ain't gotta be no jack boy to be no Crip. You could be a dentist and be a Crip. You just a Crip. That's a dentist.
Quando and Big U finally left things on good terms after this interview. However, a year later, after the Los Angeles assassination attempt on Quando Rondo that claimed Lil Pab's life, Big U would appear on social media,
that's a dentist. That might be the quote of the day, man.
Saying that if he took a loss, he wouldn't leave his gang, and there would be no crying from him.
Imagine all the dudes, and when the storm came, they folded their tent, they went inside, or they shut down. No, they ain't what no real do. When it get hard for me, I get quiet, I get still, because I need to hear all the doors is opening.
Then, a week later, on September the 6th, 2022, Quando Rondo would come out on social media to say publicly that he's no longer representing the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips, and that he's laying his blue bandana down. Essentially explaining that the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips in LA are linked up with his ops. Essentially inferring that someone from the LA Rolling 60s is who set him up to get shot at in LA, leading to Lil Pab's death, all on behalf of somebody trying to avenge King Von, with Quando saying it don't take rocket science to see what's going on, and ending the message saying that he's now just going to focus on his family and his loved ones. In response to this, LA Crip Jay Stone would reply saying you can't just drop your flag and quit the gang, and that real Crips lose homies all the time, and not everyone is going to slide for you. Quando would seemingly respond to this with a follow-up post, essentially warning people not to talk about him, saying he doesn't care because he's rich, has 200k, and can knock down anyone in his way. One theory about how the Rolling 60s might have set up Quando Rondo has been linked to an LA-based Rolling 60s rapper by the name of Brick Baby. Brick Baby dropped a verse on YG's 2016 song, the menacingly titled track Don't Come to LA, a song all about robbing and shooting out-of-towners. He'd also openly claimed not to like Quando in an August 2021 No Jumper interview, calling him out for claiming Rolling 60s and trying to get Big U and the LA Crips to try and squash his beef with Lil Durk and the Black Disciples, essentially saying that Quando needs to check in every time he comes to LA.
It's like Quando Rondo.
You're not with him.
Boy, stop. Don't come to the 60s and want to provide now that bro them on your ass.
Well, that's gotta be weird for you because you with Dirk so much.
It ain't weird for me. You know what I'm saying? You're not from Rolling 60s.
Oh, really?
You're not from LA Rolling 60s. You're not from Rolling 60s.
Right.
You gotta come talk to the streets.
Big U's a little removed from a lot of it.
Nah, he is the streets. You
Right.
gotta come talk to the people who feet in the streets. You gotta come clear yourself on both angles. You get what I'm saying? You gotta come holler at somebody.
I feel it.
Period. You
He just said period. That's very body, man. That's very body of him for saying period, man. That's very, 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 very real bad man.
Really, my big dog. That's my big bro. Whatever he say, if he say hold down, we gonna try as much. You know what I'm saying?
He would even claim to have connected with King Von through Lil Durk when he was alive, and despite not being a Black Disciple himself, Brick Baby said that he considers Lil Durk his brother.
Von was in and out of jail, so I done seen Von when I was down there in the O, all that shit, when I be going to Chicago and all that shit. If my boy lose a close homie, on the hood, that's my boy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my boy. I'm not from BD. I'm from 60s. But you lose you my boy, like my ops, your ops at this point.
He'd even been seen in the studio with Lil Durk in the months before the shooting, and in an Atlanta vlog where he said that he'd been friends with Lil Durk and the Black Disciples all the way since 2015. Brick Baby was even rolling with OTF member Doody Low in January 2022, calling their alliance 6OTF.
How do you know my friend Brick Baby Shitra over here?
That's gang. I've been knowing bro for like 4-5 years, 5 years solid.
Wow.
Like 7.
7. Who else you tap with out here in LA?
Brick Baby.
That's it.
I don't, you know.
Just days after that shooting at the Beverly Center, Brick Baby would post on social media telling Quando that he's a fake Crip for not checking in with him and giving them money and guns.
If you from out of town and you banging the hood from California, you're an imitation gangbanger if you do not check in. If you do not make sure your hood is funded, you don't make sure your hood got blicks, if you don't make sure your hood got sticks and the kids is eating over there, a couple who put you down with the play family is straight, you're an imitation because a motherfucker don't deal with the same enemies we deal with in LA.
Brick Baby goes on to comment on Quando's claim of dropping his rolling 60s Crip flag, saying that Quando can't leave a gang that he was never in.
You can't leave a hood that you never was in. You claiming our hood. You cannot leave a hood you never was in unless you just get put off. Stop claiming it. If you don't want to deal with street politics, stop gangbanging.
With all of this content floating around, it's no surprise then that rumors would spread that Brick Baby had something to do with this. Allegations which he personally denied on social media.
Stop playing with a name, cuz. Stop playing with my name. Point blank, period. On 6-0 Crip. Die every day. Don't got nothing to do with me. On 6-0, you internet ass, steady putting stories together. You is on the street. No, I don't got nothing to do with it. Stop calling my phone talking about, oh, hey, you know, man, on 6-0, man. On hood, them boys got hot. On 6-0, ain't none of my crashing out Beverly Hills in broad daylight. What's wrong with you?
With this whole situation, even provoking a response from NBA YoungBoy, who said, wait till I start talking. However, from here, Brick Baby would bizarrely go on to do a series of interviews speaking on the situation directly, telling Cam Capone News that Quando was smart to try and squash his beef with Big U.
It was a great move for him, like, to go check in with the big dog, because that's our big dog. So you trying to get him to soften up the people that's around your age and, you know what I'm saying, still outside. He's still outside too, but you get what I'm saying, to soften it up for us. So if we come around and
marketing.
I did something to him and he called Big Bro. Like, oh, but Big Bro called me like, man, I told you it was cool. You know what I'm saying? He went that way. But the whole thing is that's not the age group that you beefing with. You know what I'm saying? You beefing with Dirk, right? You want to get a message to Dirk, that's my boy. So the age group that you dealing with, he still, even when Unc get the message, he gonna have to call me to get the bro. I'm the closest one to bro. You get what I'm saying?
Brick Baby would also express how surprised he was when he heard that Quando, an apparent Roland 60 Crip, had killed a Chicago black disciple, the King Von situation, with Brick Baby thinking that he'd thought Quando had a good relationship with the black disciples because of his earlier connection to Lil Durk.
Right.
Damn, a 60 killed the BD, like they don't know how close we is, like these are boys, like what the been going on? And I'm like, he's been living in LA, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like these are boys, like what is going on?
But Brick Baby once again would outright deny being responsible, saying you must be smoking dope to believe that.
With me with 2 strikes, what I'm gonna get out of putting for killed broad daylight in Beverly Hills, man, you gotta be smoking good crystal. You gotta be smoking big dope, Chris Brown style. You know what I'm saying? Dead homies. Wrong Crip.
Brick Baby would later be asked in a September the 11th, 2022 interview with Cam Capone News about these rumors that continued to spread that he was personally involved in the incident that claimed Lil Pab's life, with Brick Baby claiming to have been in Atlanta at the time of the incident.
There was the Quando Rondo situation at the Beverly Hills, in Beverly Hills at the gas station. I guess there was rumors about you?
Yeah. I was in Atlanta, so 100% the police know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna let the police do their job, because I ain't not finna put me in the middle of no murder while I'm raising my kids.
He would go on to say that he wouldn't even comment whether or not he was involved with it.
Now, if y'all caught me slipping on camera and I really pop something and y'all got it, like, it's all on the internet, it's like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be commenting on it though. I wouldn't be saying, "Hey, leave my name out of it."
No face, no case.
I'd probably go the scary way and just blank out all social media, just get up out of here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about it. They gonna have to come find me. I'm not operating with a phone or nothing after I do.
He would also go on to say that he isn't
so
surprised
guilty. That nigga looks so guilty, bro. He's so guilty. He's probably not even involved for real, but he just looked guilty as hell. Actually, who knows? Who knows? This is all a legend, man.
But he denies
this is all a legend at the end of the day.
Could have possibly been involved in the hit.
Were you surprised when you started hearing rumors about yourself?
Hell yeah. No. Hell no. As soon as I seen, at first I see, all right, I landed in Atlanta, boom. They say he got shot at a football game in South Georgia. He was shot too. So
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, damn, ain't catch a break. Cause I was like, didn't he just lose a homeboy like the day before that or something? I'm like, watch what the internet do with this. I already knew it was coming. I just was laughing. I doubt Dirk had something to do with 600. Like, I don't see how.
A few days later, Brick Baby even said in a September the 15th, 2022 interview that there's an old saying that you're not a rolling 60 until you kill another rolling 60, an allusion to the death of Nipsey Hussle at the hands of Eric Holder, another rolling 60.
At a point, it was like everybody in LA used to say, "Oh yeah, you ain't a real 60 till you kill a 60." But it's like our hood big, and it been internal beefs for years.
He would also clown Quando Rondo for attempting to change sets after the death of his friend, laughing at him for trying to tap out the gang like it's wrestling.
Have you ever thought about leaving the set alone? Because recently there was a young rapper who said he's done with that. He said he's
Quando Rondo
But
hey. I said 1, 2, 3.
What?
Never in life. Even if I was like, we got retired gangbangers in the hood.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's the way you go about it. You go never drop your flag though.
Around a month after the shooting, Brick Baby would be seen on social media flexing with bundles of cash and releasing a new song with OTF artist C3, a track called Brick Lato, a track which had C3 rapping, "I heard they claim in 60, have them real hoods get at you," as well as rapping, "They drop that location, we at your spot, we pulling up like peekaboo," with this release sparking yet more speculation that Brick Baby had actually been signed to Lil Durk's OTF label just a month after the shooting, with an OTF affiliate jumping on this song with him, seemingly claiming responsibility for the deed. But Brick Baby would duly deny his involvement in the incident in yet another Cam Capone interview.
And then there was the rumors about you signing to OTF. Is there anything to that?
No way.
Nah, man, it ain't nothing to it. I mean, it's OTF. We got in the works, but
nah, he definitely did it.
Type situation.
Yo, well, WSG man, shout out SG in the chat, man. Shout out SG in the chat, man. Shut up, yo, play the sound, nigga. What the fuck? There you go. Shout out my nigga SG, man. Yo, we just watched 1090 Jake's video on the Dirk situation. Now we watching Trap Lord Ross, the murder of Lil Pop. That's the cousin of Quando, of what Dirk is getting arrested for murder for hire for right now.
That is that.
However, Brick Baby would continue to drop
But they keep
like
the dude that was just on the screen, his name is Brick Baby. He's a LA Rolling 60s Crip, and I guess people think he's involved, and then I guess he has beef with Quando too. And I guess OTF is cool. He said Tory's coming home. How? How is Tory coming home? And he's in jail. He's deported. There's no way he's coming home, bro.
The dance with I Swear Vezo, where he raps, "I just gave 100 bands to my murder man. I prepaid for 10 bodies. And he don't need a stretcher, he need a body bag. He was dissing on the net, we finally caught his ass. Only thing I'm regretting is I ain't wear a mask." And lyrics saying,
"That is some demonic shit, bro. What the fuck? What is this nigga talking about right now?"
Broad daylight, knock his brains out, dropped 50 on his car, knock his frame out. But Brick Baby would have people really surprised when he said outright in a No Jumper interview with Poetic Flacco that people can no longer tell Lil Durk that he needs to slide for Von because of what happened to Lil Pap.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him.
Slide for him.
Oh, yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
What?
Oh, that was him.
Oh, yeah, because of... Wait, no. Like, who died?
This dude?
Can't say that no more.
You're saying the dude in the hat, Brick. You're saying Brick Baby. He's the one that dropped Rondo's low. That's how they knew to tell you he was that end thing. That's his connection to the murder. That makes a lot of sense. Because before you joined, he was just claiming that he was in Georgia, though. So that's why I'm a little confused. He was just claiming that he was in Georgia, but he dropped the low. I don't know. All the details are going to come out sooner or later, so I'm not too worried about this. You know what I'm saying? All the details are going to come out. We're going to see what's going to happen. Right now, it's looking really slim for Lil Durk. It's looking really slim right now. It's looking real grim for my boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's coming out.
Nah, because Lil Pop.
I remember this year. Look how awkward this got. Look how awkward this has got.
What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term, like no more slide for mine.
And do you feel like you now have earned your way into the quote unquote OG status now?
Definitely.
Right.
Not like that. It's just like because of the way I carry myself.
He would go on to say that Quando has to lay in the bed that he made by not showing love to the Rolling 60s Crips in LA.
You should have been doing the right thing from off the rip. That's what they say. The bed, you gonna lay in the bed that you make. That's just a perfect example. Like, hey, if you would have handled your connections or your people, whatever you had, the right way,
he didn't
before it jumped off.
And saying that Quando was dumb for beefing with Durk, who has $20 to $30 million to his name.
And just signed the deal for like 20, 30 million, Durk, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who the the beef would come for you? Got too much money, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, man.
Don't beef with rich people.
Don't beef with rich people, man. Unless you're gonna slide. And you don't need to say nothing out loud. You get what I'm saying?
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Point blank, period. Don't put that bagger thing on your head.
These bold comments attracted shock on Twitter from other apparent members of the Rollin' 60s Crips, and Brick Baby would later deny his comments were self-snitching, reaffirming once again that he has nothing to do with the shooting.
Never said nobody did nothing. I'm the dead homies. I ain't say Durk did nothing. I ain't say nobody did nothing. I said the internet say you can't say Slide Vivon no more. Will got
he knew what he was doing though.
Them games the boys was playing. 6-7. Dead homies. And I doubt Durk just got called just rolling around in LA. Come on, let's make it make sense.
But even as recently as April 2023, Brick Baby is still releasing music like his most recent track, Not Enough, which came with lyrics where he seemingly admitted outright to lining people up and boldly proclaiming to have been paid in excess of $1 million for setting someone up to get killed. All of these public statements paint a picture
that is
of
self-snitching, bro. You can't tell me that's not self-snitching. Is that not what self-snitching is right there? That's not self-snitching, nigga. Like, what? And then you want to go on live and say you're not involved? Oh my god, bro.
But for the record, at the
it's like these
time of
rappers
making this
don't
video,
learn,
this crime
bro.
is still completely unsolved, and there's been no substantial evidence to tie anybody to the murder of Lil Pab. This murder, just being the latest senseless killing, is yet another dark moment in hip-hop history. Just like the death of King Von, there really are no winners here. Thankfully, Quando Rondo survived this assassination attempt, but he still lost one of those people who had been closest to him throughout his entire come-up. Fortunately, Quando wouldn't be deterred, and he would return to music, channeling his pain into yet more meaningful hit songs. In fact, Quando Rondo would team up with both NBA Youngboy and Lil Tim to record an entire album of music, speaking openly on everything that had happened over the past few years. If you found that clip interesting, please hit the—
Nah, that's crazy, bro. This whole street internet beef and all that, bro. This shit's getting wild in these streets, bro. W video Trap Lil Ross though. W video. Shout out Trap Lil. Another bang. Hey, you made it this far. Pull up to the Twitch. Link in the description.
They can't stop me. They can't hold me. 2-4, bitch, I'm great like Kobe. You ain't gang, you remind me of the police.